Hi everyone! Today's webinar is titled Creating a Thriving Home When School is Out. All of these webinars are tailored for parents with children with special needs, from our very early learners to our teens. Among the many questions and concerns that were raised during our years of working in the field with parents and students, we selected the topics that might be of interest and benefit to the widest range of audience. My biggest passion is working with children and seeing their growth and development, and I believe collaboration is key to this development. I definitely feel that parents have a tremendous impact on making this happen, which is why this webinar series will be an open space for us to work together, get questions answered, and provide some tools and resources to work with our loved ones. So, our webinar today is targeted for parents who are concerned about what to do during the summer or when school is out. That lack of structure or routine can be a bit frightening for some of our parents, and I want to discuss some easy ways to reestablish that routine with family at home. So, by the end of this webinar, we hope you'll leave with a handful of ideas to keep summer break fun, but also with your kiddos busy and learning. This webinar is being presented by our Village program. So we're a team consisting of professionals, including speech pathologists, BCBA, nurses, program specialists, and much more. And we're all for special education. We all work together to provide that tailored support that families need. So if you're interested in support with one-to-one consultations to school IEPs, please stay with us until the end of this webinar where I'll briefly introduce ourselves a bit more. To introduce myself, my name is Stephanie Lee, and I am a BCBA. I've been working in the field primarily with children and teens with autism, ADHD, and emotional disturbance under the practice of applied behavior analysis, or ABA. So most of my content may be derived from its practice. To dive right into our topic today, we will be discussing why a routine is so important for our children, how to create that routine, and what we can embed into a routine. So, why is a routine so important? There are primarily four key factors why this routine is so important for our children. So, number one, routines create structure. Our children thrive on structure and routines, and we thrive on structure and routines as well. During the school hours or after school programs, therapy sessions, they have a set of structure or a guideline to follow. However, outside of those hours, our time may be a little bit disorganized or maybe unstructured. Creating a routine doesn't necessarily mean that we're on our feet 24/7 without any time to decompress or rest. Creating a routine actually means that we intentionally create a space and an environment to allow sufficient time for self care and get all of our needs met. So, for our children, that transition from having a structured routine during school hours into a lack of structure during summer break can be quite overwhelming. If not, the transition from the lack of structure during summer break back into the structured routine when school starts in fall can be overwhelming. And that's why being consistent with a routine can be helpful for our kiddos. Second, routines serve as an anchor. It helps maintain a regular cycle by creating predictability and consistency over time. So, having a set meal time, work time, bedtime schedule, these can all create comfort and stability for our children, but also for parents too. It creates a sense of control and manageability to get through our day, and it helps us cope with unpredictable stress and events. Additionally, some parents might very much agree with this, but challenging behaviors often occur when we have those abrupt changes. I particularly have been working with children and teens diagnosed with autism, and we frequently found that challenging behaviors are often triggered by these abrupt transitions or unexpected events. So, creating some kind of predictability through these routines might help our children or teens regain that sense of stability. Third, routines are like a roadmap for the day. So having a to-do list keeps us moving on a schedule instead of having to remind ourselves or worrying about missing important daily events. We can continue to be productive while staying on track. And I'll be discussing this later, but a visual schedule can also serve to inform and prime or prepare us about future events as well. Some of us definitely prefer to know what is expected ahead of time. So why not do this for our children as well? Also, creating a schedule and embedding important events or some learning opportunities into that schedule might actually expand our capability to maintain and accomplish new skills. The transition back into the school routine might also be a bit smoother as well. And lastly, routines promote healthy habits. Creating and following routines are very healthy habits, not only for our children, but everyone in the family. It will have lifelong benefits, hopefully, in the areas of time management skills, adaptive skills, following instructions, and definitely independence. And not only that, these routines have an overall impact on children's well being, which, in my perspective, is the most important reason. So, the powerful impact of routines on your child's well being, according to Mindel and Williamson, routines increase overall positive outcomes in health, language development, academic achievement, and social, emotional, and behavioral functioning as well. So, to start small and simple, let's discuss two very, very simple ways of building a routine. And you may already have established this routine through mealtime and bedtimes as well. So, mealtime. By simply having a set mealtime routine, we are already ensuring that we maintain a healthy diet and a meal cycle. We're not forgetting or skipping our meals, nor are we rushing meals or making unhealthy eating habits. In fact, a longitudinal study found that a lack of structure, especially during the summer, was correlated with obesity and weight gain. They also found that overweight and obese children experienced an even accelerated weight gain during the summer. So, creating some kind of mealtime routines or setting a time in the day, such as 12 p.m. lunch or 6 p.m. dinner, is very, very important, and sticking with that schedule as well. Second, we have bedtime routines or evening routines. Every family has a different way to call them. Everyone sleeps, but creating a consistent and healthy sleep schedule is a critical component of these healthy life habits. Phrased in another way, unhealthy sleep habits are correlated with poor developmental outcomes across neurocognitive, academic, social, emotional, physical, and even family functioning domains. Not only does sleep by its own benefit our children, but practicing the different tasks we engage in before going to bed might encourage independence and skills related to personal hygiene as well. So, for example, these tasks might include hand washing, brushing teeth, washing face, bathing or showering, toileting, dressing, and these may all be included in that evening or bedtime routine. It's a fantastic way not only to improve these adaptive skills, but to also prevent illness and frequent trips to the dentist or doctors as well, right? If you're kind of incorporating those personal hygiene skills into that evening routine. So, creating a routine. Now that we discussed the what and the whys of a routine, let's discuss how to create one. We want to ensure that we maintain consistency, doing the same thing every time, predictability, allowing the child to understand and foresee future events, and follow through, enforcing the consequences. So, to break that down even further, let's discuss some steps that can guide us in building this powerful routine for our children to thrive on. We want to, one, identify the activities that will be organized into a routine. So, identify those short and long term goals that can be achieved throughout the summer or throughout many months or many years. Feel free to brainstorm these ideas with your child and create the schedule together as well. When identifying these activities, ensure that your child already has the skill to complete these independently, or make sure that we have one caregiver or one parent available to provide that assistance to carry out that routine or task in the routine. I would also make sure that these activities are realistic and age appropriate. Second, after identifying those activities and creating a good schedule, explain that routine to your child. Make sure that he or she understands what is expected. Sometimes we can do this with visuals, as you can see on the right, or sometimes we just need time for our cues to adjust, and with time, they'll pick up on those cues. It's not going to happen overnight. Third, we want to model and follow the routine. I highly recommend that all family members contribute to the routine altogether if this is feasible. feasible. Also, provide reminders and be ready to support when necessary. Lastly, follow consequences. So, following a routine is not an easy task. So, if we see that they are sticking with the plan, we definitely want to set up some kind of reward or praise. Maybe the first day we might get through only a couple of tasks, but still provide some kind of praise for trying. Encourage your child to do better the next day and move on. If you notice that your child simply cannot complete their routine, do not punish them. Again, just guide and help them when needed and slowly fade yourself out. We just want to give all the credit that we can, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort to get adjusted in that routine. So I wanted to show a few more examples of those visuals that can help with building a routine. The one on the left can be purchased on Amazon. Just type daily routine visuals or anything along those lines, and you can find so many different options. Some are super pricey, so just look around. The picture on the right seems to be made from home, and it's super easy to make. You can even type printable visual supports or visual icons for daily tasks, something along those lines, and you should be able to get a printable version of for yourself. So, what can I teach at home? Now that we talked about why a routine is so important and how to build one, let's talk about what we can teach or embed into these routines. If we don't have any plans or additional services during the summer, it's quite inevitable to have some regression. However, we can try our best to continue the learning at home in many different ways. With communication, we can continue to teach vocabulary building, answering social questions, using carrier phrases like I want, give me, utilizing the AAC device if your child needs one, learning signs, requesting, maintaining conversation, so much more. And this can be done in so many different ways. I'm not saying go seat your child down and work like a tutor. Through play, TV, or verbal exchanges, or just narrating, we can all continue to make teaching opportunities. Play skills. If you have an early learner or a younger child, play is so important, and I hope we don't bypass it. It doesn't come naturally all the time, but we can definitely contrive opportunities for those by setting aside some time for our routine. We want to teach cause and effect play, functional play, pretend play, socio-dramatic play, parallel play, where your child is sitting near another child working on their set of toys, but is able to tolerate sitting near another child while playing. We also have interactive and cooperative play, which is a bit more social, playing with other children or similar age peers, and even board games. They're very advanced and important skills as well. So play skills, if you can, embed them into routine. We have independent living skills, or otherwise known as adaptive living skills. These are super important concepts to teach at home. And for this, parents should be taking ownership to start teaching such tasks such like brushing teeth, hand washing, and even toileting. Summer is that fantastic time to start toileting if you're interested. Other independent living skills might include bathing, dressing, mealtime behaviors. If you have a teen or someone who's older, we can also teach self help skills like applying lotion or deodorant, cooking, preparing meals, doing dishes, laundry, and also even grocery shopping. Next, we have social skills. Summer is another great time to teach social skills. We can take some time to contrive opportunities for social events like planning peer play dates, visiting local parks, and maybe even just role playing conflict resolution skills at home. If you have siblings, great, you can continue to work on social skills there too. And lastly, we have community safety skills. These are also super important. We can work on teaching community signs, like the stop sign, what that means, um, what the warning sign means and such, how to safely cross the street. This is also very important. Stranger awareness, or even safety instructions like come here, walk with me, stop, wait. So, some tips to getting your child engaged with this beautiful routine once you create one is to one, we want to create the routine together with your child. It's more than likely that your child will be willing to commit to something that he or she takes part in creating. So, if you can, make sure to create that routine together and maybe even some short term or long term goals together too. Second, make an incentive or a reward system and be creative with this. Whether it's tokens or stickers or maybe a new toy, make some kind of reward system for following the routines. You don't want to promise something expensive every single day for following a routine daily, but maybe you can provide a token for following a routine. Per day and have them exchange those tokens for something afterwards. Third, use visuals to inform and remind of daily routines. We spoke about some examples and I showed you a few. Fourth, plan for special outdoor activities and family outings. Remember to inform your child ahead of time, though. Those little events might be something to look forward to. If this is something that is inevitable or some kind of event that your child might not be looking forward to, I would make sure that I prime or kind of prepare them in advance. Lastly, catch your child being good and deliver lots and lots of praise. Carrying these routines may not be easy for everyone, and we want to build a healthy habit and we want to make it fun. Healthy habits don't just come overnight, so we want to continue to encourage them as we go. So these are just some summer ideas for home, just in case you're still searching for some exciting events to plan during summer breaks. I have these, but also much more on our website, which I'll show in a few slides. But here I have grow a garden, go camping, tour a new neighborhood, adopt a fish, go on a scavenger hunt, and much more. Just simple, small things that might make the day exciting. But if you need more help or some personal tailored guidance, always seek professional assistance. Speaking of professional assistance, we have our Village program, and our Village program provides some exclusive benefits such as expert guidance with IEPs. If you need help with those, we can do a consultation, discuss some strategies together. We can also provide some templates and review your reports. We also have a private community. We have an entire resource library full of printables, some educational packets, some step by step lesson plans for parents, and much, much more. And lastly, but most importantly, we have on demand support from educational specialists to parents and families nationwide. So, wherever you are, if you would like to have a consultation with a BCBA like myself, we can definitely go and schedule one. If you would like to have one with a speech pathologist, we have speech pathologists in our team. Occupational therapists, we can do that as well. So these are just some past events that we have. We have recorded all of these webinars of a lot of different topics, and these are available on our Village website. We also have a few more attachments that go along with those webinars as well. These are the free parent resources that kind of go along with these webinars. These will be available. So I have some pamphlets that kind of summarize this webinar all together, the 50 fun ideas for summer that I briefly introduced. I also have some behavior management strategies that can come in handy if you have some concerns at home. So all of those resources that I just showed you, those are included in our resource library, and I have kind of categorized the resource library into three different sections. So we have parent resources where I update some kind of informative pamphlets or posters, or anything that might come into handy, just extra tools and resources. We have behavior management and skill acquisition procedures. These are that lesson plan that kind of outlines different skills. For example, here you can see teaching social cues, responding to name, teaching social questions. It'll show you the materials you need, the rationale or the reason why we should teach our children, and the step-by-step guidelines of what to do and ways to troubleshoot if you face some kind of difficulty. Lastly, we have some printable activities as well. These you can just print out and hand it over to your child. These we have it for all different ages. So, feel free to look at those as well. If you still have any questions or if you just want to check out our program, feel free to contact us. Our email address is simplesped@xcomweb.com. Our phone number is 844-387-5836. Our website is villaged.org. So that's VillageED.org. If you would like to reach me directly, my information is included over here. And thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you have any further questions or comments for us, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you.